1 month later, Kagurashi finally woke up, tears streaming down her face. Kenji, who had taken it upon himself to watch over her recovery, comforted her gently. He knew words couldn't undo what had happened, but he hoped his presence could help her heal. Over the following days, their bond quietly grew stronger. Through small conversations and shared silences, Kagurashi and Kenji became close friends.
It looks a bit crooked.
Kenji introduced her to his friends Mina and Karu. They welcomed her warmly, and for the first time since the tragedy, Kagurashi smiled with ease. One sunny afternoon, Karu suggested they all go for a swim. Kenji hesitated, his face tightening with concern. He hadn't forgotten how Kagurashi lost her sister. But before he could protest, Kagurashi agreed, Karu and Kagurashi swimming happily in the water. But Kenji, however, stood at the shore saying, "I'll stay on shore in case any demons show up." Kagurashi jokes about Kenji guarding shadows instead of learning to swim, but Kenji spoke honestly about him being better with a sword than with water. But at her encouragement, he finally agreed. Removing his armor entered the water, Kagurashi guided him gently, helping him float, but the moment she let go, Kenji sank. Kagurashi dove after him, grabbing his arm and pulling him back to the surface. In that moment, something new began to bloom between them. After their swim, Kenji and Kagurashi walked side by side along the quiet path. Suddenly, Kagurashi gently held Kenji's hand and asks, wanting to know why he's afraid of water. Then Kenji stated how his mother drowned when he was young, and how it affected him. Kagurashi's grip tightened, stating how she truly admires his bravery despite being scared of water. They stopped walking, looked at each other, and they were getting really close, until Mina interrupted their moment. Later that day, Kenji and Kagurashi sat on the rooftop of a tall building to watch the sunset, and both talked deeply as Kenji asked about her consistent nightmare, and she mentioned how she was abandoned by her mother. Kenji also told Kagurashi what he hadn't told anyone of how he lost his mother before the barrier was ever put in place, and how creatures constantly attacked the castle. But his mother was never afraid. She was free-spirited, just like Kagurashi. She loved to swim. But on a faithful day, while they were both out, a creature dragged her into the river. She fought to get him to the shore, but she couldn't escape, nor could he save her because he was just 3. Kenji also talked about his, and how his father died protecting the land from those same creatures, and letting Kagurashi know the reasons for doing what he does. Kagurashi sat in silence with heart heavy as her mission echoed in her mind, questioning herself why she's meant to kill someone like him. He's kind, brave, and he's only trying to stop the killings. What if the real enemy isn't him, but the creatures? But another voice cut through her thoughts.
So the little weapon I sharpened is rusting?